Everybody, welcome to another Facebook Live video with Stamping in Savannah. I'm Susan Burch, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Savannah, Georgia. Get that correct. I wanted to pop on here and show you how to make this fun card. I have a blog that's coming out on Saturday, which will show this card, feature this card on my blog. My blog is right here. I hope you'll hop over there and see my card as well as some other friends of mine who are also on there. So let's get started. To make this pinwheel card, you will need two pieces of 2 by 2 by 5 and 1/8, 2 by 5 1/8 square. So both of them are the same size on all sides. And then 4 1 1/4 inch square. And you can use coordinating pattern paper or we call it DSP, Designer Series paper. Okay, let's get started. So you notice that this is a square, but if I turn it this way, it's a diamond. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach using any type of adhesive. I'd like to use the all-purpose glue to make this shape here. And you're just going to put a little bit of glue on the back and kind of wiggle it till you get the size you want. So I've already got one glued for us right here. So it looks sort of like a quilt square, doesn't it? Just slide this over. So we're going to start at the very top up here, and we're going to adhere one of these squares onto this side. So we're going to alternate. One's going to go this way, one's going to go this way. You notice that's like a diamond, and this is attached like a square. The hardest part of doing this is really the easiest, because you're only going to put glue just on this side here. Just a little bit of glue right in this area underneath, because we only want that much attached, because we're going to lift it up to glue the last square in, and then we'll adhere it. So just a little bit of glue right at this point. I'll put my glue up for you. And you need to kind of watch the design, the way your pattern's going. You notice that this is going up. I don't want to put my vines going down. So let me just get this straight again. So just again in this corner, and when we adhere it, we want to leave a little bit of a border with the pale papaya. I'm using pale papaya and garden green. So again, I've got that part glued down, but that's not glued down. Just a little bit of glue right there. And we'll adhere it when we get to the very end. So now I'm going to alternate. Next I'm going to do the little flowers. And now this time I'm going to put glue around all the edges. And again, I can kind of wiggle it to get it where I want it. And we'll go to the green, and you notice the flowers is glued down like a square, but the vine part is going to be glued down like a diamond or at an angle. This is such a fun card. I've made this into a sympathy card, but this time we're going to make it into a Mother's Day card. I know Mother's Day is just around the corner. Y'all can see how hard this is, right? Not. It's not hard at all. If you can just remember that very first step, then you'll be fine. And also remember to leave that little bit of a border, because it just really makes it pop. Another one. Y'all know I did this video just a minute ago and got to the very end, and somehow my computer became unplugged and I had to start all over again. Isn't that wonderful? Oh dear. I don't know how it came unplugged, but it did. So we glued 6 of these down. So now we're getting ready to glue the one underneath here. So this time we're going to glue the entire back of the last one, glue it down, and then we'll finish adhering the top one. I guess maybe this might be the hardest step, is just tucking it underneath there, which was not hard. You see how that's not glued down? I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive underneath here, just flip it under, get it on the edges, press it down, voila! Oh my gosh, was that easy? That was so easy. So I'm going to use a piece of the card base, which is again the pale papaya, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to burnish the edges with our bone folder. I have a piece of garden green, and again all my measurements are on the blog. This is just 1/4 inch. This is 5.5 by 8.5 by 5.5 by 4.25. So this one's 5.25 by 4. So it just comes down a little bit. And again, we put the glue around the edges. And adhere it. Again, you can see how I'm not that great of eyeballing this, so I have to have that little bit of wiggle room with the adhesive. And it just kind of pushes it where I need it to go. I took a 5 by 3 3/4 piece of basic white and I embossed it. Can you see the texture? It just gives it a little bit of texture. You don't have to do that. I just like the look of a little bit of extra in there. And we're going to glue this down on top of that. So y'all see how easy this card is. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to pop on our pinwheel. Now a pinwheel can go like this or like this. I think I'm going to make it like this time. If you notice, this one has the flowers at the top. I think I'll have the greenery at the top. Now this one I use dimensionals to pop it up, but you don't have to. You can glue it directly down onto it, or you can use the dimensionals. I think this one, since I popped that one up, I'll just glue this one down, and then you can tell me which one you like the best. So simple. Let's set down a little bit. So now we're going to add our sentiment. Our sentiment comes from the Dress to Impress set, the Happy Mother's Day. I'm using the Garden Green ink. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. I'm going to look at it and make sure I have, sometimes when I do it, I forget to get it on the side, so I always try to look at it to make sure I see that there's ink on all of the stamp. Okay, and then I just press it down and hold it. Voila! Close my ink back up. Now this is going to be attached. Now this particular green mat was made with the stitch rectangles, the smallest rectangle. But you don't have to. You can just cut it yourself. The measurements again are on my blog if you don't have this set, but this kind of makes a pretty little finish. It's got that stitched edged. This part will be definitely glued down, but then I'll use dimensionals, the Stampin' Dimensionals, to put the other, to pop this up just a little bit to give it a little pop. Now if you notice, this one, this card here has a little extra flower. It's because underneath that I accidentally got ink on it. Not on purpose, but you know, it's a handmade card. And you know, things happen. Makes it special. So I'll put 3 little dimensionals on here. Y'all, this is my take a pick tool. I love this tool, and I misplaced it, and I just found it a few minutes ago. And we will just adhere the Mother's Day here on the bottom. Card's not quite finished. We need to put a little bit of bling on it. We're going to be using the Loose Flower Flourishes. And we're going to put, using a glue dot, this is going to plop the big, they're coming two different sizes, and plop that right down in the center. And then the other ones, are the mini glue dot's just a little bit too big, so I'm going to roll it a little bit with my Take-A-Pick tool, and adhere it to the back, and just pop it on this side. Roll another one, adhere it to the back. This pale papaya is such pretty paper. And since I have one more, I think I'll just again add it to the sentiment. Again, roll it just a little bit, adhere it to the back, and this time we'll pop it on the other side. There you go. I hope you enjoyed watching and learning with Stamping in Savannah. I hope you, if you don't have a demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Please, even if you have a demonstrator, please pop over to my blog and check it out. If you see anything you'd like to purchase, here's my store. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.